Hi guys, it's Kino. Welcome to another video. So in today's pick a card reading, we are going to be finding out who is thinking about you right now and why. I really like doing this topic, and I want to mention that this is not an inherently romantic reading. In fact, I tried this reading on myself the other day, and turns out the person who is thinking about me is myself 5 years into the future. So that was pretty cool. This can be for any type of connection, whether it be romantic, platonic, business, friendship, family, someone who is currently in your life, someone who's not currently in your life. Anyone who is thinking about you right now could come through in this reading. If I am getting the sense that a message is coming up that is going to be romantic in nature, I will provide a timestamp to skip ahead, just in case you're not thinking about that type of connection. We don't want to make things weird, so there will be an opportunity to skip those kinds of messages if they do pop up in your group. There are 4 readings to choose from today, and with each reading we're going to be using a different tarot deck, and I've also placed a different gemstone bracelet on top of each to help you pick. We have all kinds of gemstone bracelets today. We have regular size beads, we have mini beads, we have different colors, we have different intentions, and all of these bracelets were provided to us by our lovely sponsor, Otter Spirit. So I want to give a huge thank you to them. I'm very lucky to have a bit of a collection going now, so whatever my mood is, whatever I'm needing in the moment, whether that's to be motivated and empowered or take a very large chill pill, I have exactly what I need. When we're going through your option selection and I'm showing you your bracelet up close, I'll let you know, of course, what the gemstone is, but I'll also let you know the specific intention, what it's good for. So if you're already drawn to a bracelet just by looking at it, and then when you hear the intention that it's good for, and that also resonates with you, that's going to be a huge sign that you have found your group. If you're drawn to multiple groups today, that is totally fine as well. There could be messages for you about multiple different people who are thinking about you, or there could be messages about the same person throughout multiple groups, but you definitely don't need to limit yourself to just one group. And I'm gonna have Otter Spirit's website linked down below. This is a great place to shop for gemstone jewelry if you want to make a positive impact, because they donate $1 for every bracelet sold to conservation efforts for wild sea otters. And I'm also gonna be donating all of my affiliate commissions to the otters. So you will be making a double impact if you use my unique link, which is going to be down below. You can browse by specific gemstone, by intention, by chakra, even by zodiac sign. You can choose from the different bead sizes as you see here. And I also have some discount codes available for you guys. So if you happen to have a purchase over $99, you can use the code KINO30 for 30% off. Or for any orders under that amount, you can use KINO20 for 20% off. So big thank you to Otter Spirit for supporting this channel, and thank you for the work that you're doing for the otters, and I'm honored that I can contribute as well. Thank you to you guys for being here and for supporting me, and let's get into the option selection. So I'm going to show you each of these bracelets up close one by one. I'm also going to show you one card from each of the decks here so that you can see what the artwork looks like. And it's going to be a different card for each group. I just shuffled, and whichever card came out is the one I'm going to show you. I did want to mention, because one of the groups has a card that is traditionally quote unquote challenging. If you're drawn to that group, that does not mean the reading is going to be negative. Maybe it's a card that's been following you around. Maybe the artwork has a message for you. Maybe, if we're being honest, that card just reflects our current energy at the moment, and there's nothing wrong with that. So rather than trying to use your logical mind and say, oh, well, this one has a card with a positive meaning, so I should choose that one, go with your gut and see which one you are gravitating towards intuitively. Okay, I'm done yapping now. Without further ado, let's get a close-up look at each of your options. For my group number ones, we have Red Tiger's Eye. The intention for this bracelet is love and confidence. And we're going to be using the Children of Litha Tarot. And your card is the High Priestess. For my group number twos, we have this turquoise bracelet. The intention for this bracelet is healing and communication. And we are going to be using the Rosa Obscura Tarot. And your card is the Ace of Pentacles. For my group number threes, we have this Rhodolite bracelet. The intention for this bracelet is balance. And we're going to be using the Blissful Dolphin Tarot. And your card is the Page of Wands. And for my group number fours, we have this green jade bracelet. The intention for this bracelet is protection and love, and also prosperity. And we're going to be using the Jupiter Power Tarot. And your card is the Five of Pentacles. Okay, so just in case you need a bit more time to pick, here are all of your options laid out side by side so that you can compare them and see which one or ones are calling to you the most. As always, take all the time you need to pick. You can pause the video if you need to. Here is a look at the artwork one last time. And I'm gonna go ahead and get started with number one. Hi number ones, so if you guys chose the Red Tiger's Eye bracelet, which I'm wearing right now, this is going to be your reading. So of course, the first thing we need to do is figure out who this person is who is thinking about you right now. And in order to confirm that this is your group, we have to make sure that A, this sounds like someone you know, and B, this sounds like someone you actually want to hear about. So if you do recognize the energy of this person, but you're like, I don't want to hear about them, then this is probably not your group, and please feel free to choose a different group. If the energy sounds a lot like you, it's quite likely that the person who's thinking of you is very similar to you energetically. And if some cases, if this resonates with you, it could be a past version of you or a future version of you who is thinking about the current you right now. But without further ado, let's get into it. So I have broken up this tarot deck into court cards, major arcana, and the rest of the minor arcana. And we're gonna pull one card from each of these piles to paint the full picture of the person who's thinking of you. Who is thinking about my group number ones right now? We have the King of Cups. Who is thinking about my group number ones? We have Justice. And we have the Eight of Cups. Okay, so judging from the Eight of Cups here, this is probably someone who is not currently in your life. It could be that it doesn't seem like you have bad blood between this person. It more so seems like maybe you sort of drifted apart or you have lost touch. I do feel like this is someone you care about and they care about you too. You just haven't heard from each other in a while. I would bet that you both have a lot going on in your individual lives, and your own individual goals and aspirations have just kind of taken you in different directions, such that if you were to stay regularly in touch and regularly be in each other's lives, it would take quite a bit of extra effort and planning, which is not always possible. So I'm sort of getting the feeling that this is a no contact situation that is kind of unintentional. And I feel like, yeah, both of you care about each other and you do miss each other. This person seems to be on the same level as you. So I don't get the sense that this is like, you know, for example, a parent or a boss or something would be above you in the sense that they're like older, in a higher position. It feels like someone who's, maybe it's like a friend or a sibling. You are similar in age, similar in status, similar in where you're at and your journeys in life. But I feel like on the surface, your journeys do look quite different. So it's like you're both making progress, chasing your dreams, but your dreams have you going this way, their dreams have them going that way. And it's still very possible to maintain a friendship or maintain your relationship in these circumstances. But yeah, it takes more effort and more planning. Like you have to really carve out time in your busy schedules. For some of you, there could be a time difference between the two of you, which would imply kind of significant physical distance. So that definitely makes it harder. But I get the sense that this person is very mature, and I feel like they engage with you with quite a warm and affectionate demeanor. They give you a lot of advice when you talk to them. They give you a lot of reassurance. I think, okay, my group number ones, you could be kind of hard on yourself in the sense that when you have a conflict with someone or you have a problem in your life, you may tend to assume that it's your fault. Now, this trait is not all bad, because the light attribute of this trait is that when something has gone wrong, you focus on what you can fix. You focus on like what's on you and try to take responsibility to fix your problems. So it is a good trait, but when it goes a bit too far, you could get in this energy of just always assuming that it's your fault. And so you need some discernment to recognize, like, this is my problem, this is mine to fix, and this is not my problem, this is not my fault, that's on the other person. And I feel like this person who's thinking about you right now really helps you to realize when something is not your fault, when something is not your problem. Okay, this person has a loyalty to you as well, because I just heard, like, I'm team group one. This person, like, they're always going to be on your side. So when you tend to not be on your side, they help to uplift you and reassure you. And I think they just remind you of all your lovely traits actively. They make a point to remind you of all of your lovely traits when you are spending time together, when you're interacting with this person. So I would say they have, in some cases, they may have love for you, depending on how close you are. But in any case, I would say they have a deep admiration and respect, and they care about you deeply, and they do have some loyalty towards you. Not only are they thinking about you, but I would bet that they talk about you quite a bit as well, talk about you positively to the people in their lives. If you've spent a lot of time with this person in the past, they may recount stories of your times together to other people, and they do this like in a very fond way. So I'm getting a lot of positive energy from your dynamic, and I would bet that both of you miss each other and both of you want to see each other again, or just be in frequent communication again. There is a feeling that time has just been going by really, really fast. Maybe that's like, you know, the past year. I'm filming this at the end of the year, so maybe you feel like the past year went by really quickly, or just in general, one or both of you is not very good at like tracking the passing time, and so it's easy to lose track and easy to like slip out of contact sometimes. And I feel like you don't mean to, but life is just overwhelming and time goes by very quickly. So yeah, I would also say that this person is very emotionally intelligent. They're a sensitive soul. They could be psychic or an empath or clairsentient. Like, I'm sort of getting that vibe from the King of Cups. They could be a spiritual person, but they have a very like just wise and mature and calming energy to them. Maybe that's like their higher self coming through. And yeah, they're very sweet as well. We have the colors red, blue, pink that are coming through here. I feel like those, actually no, I'm just looking at other cards in the deck and there's other colors going on in the different cards. So yeah, red, blue, and pink seem to be significant. Pisces and Libra energy could be significant as well, and Venusian energy. I say this because Libra is ruled by Venus, and Venus is exalted in Pisces. So both of the zodiac signs coming through do have relation to the planet of Venus. Yeah. And now I'm thinking of the Lady Gaga song Venus, which is very good. Anyway, Aries could be significant too because Lady Gaga is in Aries. All right, so if this sounds like someone you know and someone you would like to keep hearing about, then congratulations, you have found your group. So this is what we are going to look at in today's reading. We just looked at this, the who, but there's gonna be a pretty detailed breakdown of their thoughts of you. So we're gonna see how they see you. Is there a specific reason they're thinking about you right now? Like what started their thoughts of you? When did it start? Or are they just thinking of you all the time? We are gonna see the nature of their current thoughts towards you. And we're also going to see, will their thoughts lead to communication? Will their thoughts lead to action towards you? And if so, what will that be? And then we're going to finish off the reading with some advice from your guides. And then we also have an extended today. So in the extended, we're going to see what this person loves, admires, or appreciates the most about you. We're also going to see an assumption or a misconception that they have about you. We will see what they think you think of them and how they would react if they knew your true thoughts and feelings towards them. And then we're also going to take a peek at what your highest future timeline is with them and get, ooh, speaking of that, I just saw 1111 as I was talking about your highest future timeline. And then we're going to get some advice from your guides for aligning with this timeline. So that's going to be our reading today. And the extended is going to be down below, either as a one-time purchase or a membership, which gives you access to all of the extendeds. The different options on the different platforms will be down below, so you can choose whichever one works best for you. But without further ado, let's dive into the juicy details. So I'm gonna pull some tarot cards and then I'm gonna go in and clarify with some oracle cards as well. And of course, we are using the beautiful Children of Litha deck that you chose. This was actually gifted to me by a friend who is a Cancer. So I feel like water signs in general could be significant to this group: Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We also had Aries and Libra. I'm naming a lot of signs now. You could also be sister signs with this person. Okay. So this person who is thinking of you right now, how do they see you? We have the Lovers. Is there a specific reason that they are thinking about you right now? We have the Five of Pentacles. What is the nature of their thoughts towards you? King of Pentacles. Oh, this is making my heart hurt, but because it's really sweet. Okay, and then will their thoughts lead to communication or action? We have the Three of Cups. So let's go ahead and clarify these with oracle cards. I do have some pre-shuffled cards here because they're all from different decks. So I just did that in advance. So to clarify the Lovers, we have the 6th house. To clarify the 5 of Pentacles, we have Saturday. To clarify the King of Pentacles, we have TikTok with the number 30. And to clarify the 3 of Cups, we have Leader with the number 1. And it says, today you are the lead role. Okay, so in terms of how this person sees you, we have the Lovers. So this really does confirm that previous message that at the very least, I can say this person cares about you deeply and has a deep respect and admiration for you. I feel like this also confirms that message that they talk about you to other people in their life. I think that this person is very proud of you, and we'll get into it. They're very proud to know you and feel very honored to have you in their life. I also want to say that if you sometimes, like, if it's been a while since you've been in touch with this person, or if you sometimes take some time to get back to them, or if sometimes you drift apart, they don't have hard feelings about that at all, and they don't take that personally at all, because I feel like they shouldn't take it personally. And I feel like this also confirms that they have love for you, whether that be romantic or friendship or familial love. I will say, if this person sounds like a romantic interest of yours, then this Lovers card would definitely be a confirmation of them having like love towards you in the romantic sense, and also just wanting to be, I feel like they really miss your presence physically, and we'll get into that as well. Like, they just want to be in the same room as you. If this is like an affectionate relationship, this would definitely be a sign that, you know, they want to have physical contact with you, even just like hugging you or holding your hand or sitting close together. They miss your closeness. They could miss even just like seeing your face, hearing your voice. Maybe a lot of your communications are over text message, which is like, none of that is giving them your essence. Well, they get it through words, but I feel like they want to experience you through 5 senses, like actually seeing you, actually hearing you, actually, you know, getting to touch you, like being in your physical presence. I think that's something that they really miss. And I do think that this person kind of thinks about you all the time, like just as they go about their life, even if it's not like they're actively thinking about something specific. I think that you're always in their heart and always just kind of there, floating through their mind. And this 5 of Pentacles is a huge indication that they miss you. So when we're asking the question, is there a specific reason they're thinking about you? It's because they miss you. And maybe there was something recently that made them, like, that reminded them of you, or they did something and wished you were there. Maybe they went to a certain place, they went to a certain event, they went on a trip, and they just like wish that you could be doing that with them, or yeah, something reminded them of you. We do have Saturday here, so at the time that you're watching this, it could have been something like last weekend, or like maybe if I think of Saturday more metaphorically, it could be that they're on vacation, they had time off, and something they did reminded them of you. We do have the number 5 here, so I feel like this is a matter of days, like in the past 5 days, that's so specific, but like in the past week, in the past few days to a week, I feel like they've been thinking about you extra and just missing you extra. This is a timeless reading. At the time that I'm putting this up, it is winter in the Northern Hemisphere, and you can see a winter scene on this card. So your person could be feeling just a little bit lower mood recently, because I'm thinking about winter being colder, having longer nights, and that affects a lot of our moods. And so when they're feeling kind of down in general, they could miss you a little bit more. So this is the vibe that I'm getting. In terms of the nature of their thoughts towards you, we have the King of Pentacles. And this was a card that made me really emotional when it came out, because I know I already said this, but I just think that this person is so proud of you. And I feel like you've accomplished some amazing things recently, group number 1. With the King of Pentacles here, it could be especially in your career, in your personal growth and development, or just life milestones in general. You've accomplished something great, or like reached a really celebratory checkpoint in your life recently. This could also just be with emotional or spiritual matters. Like they see that you've really grown, you've really come into your own. They're proud of how far you've come. Regardless of how long you've known this person, I would say that from the time that you first met to now, you have evolved so much, and it feels like you're becoming more comfortable in your skin. You're becoming more of yourself, letting your true self shine through more. And that makes them so happy to see. And I think that you inspire this person a lot, and they just could not be more proud of you and happy for you. And that just made me emotional, because it really is bittersweet. There is a sadness with the 5 of Pentacles, which is missing you, but also, you know, I want you to be doing your thing, and I want you to be living your life. You know, we spoke a bit about this energy where your own individual goals and journeys are taking you apart right now. And while I do think that makes them sad in many ways, I don't think they would want you to be living your life any differently right now. Like, even if they're watching you from afar, they're cheering you on and they're so happy for you. And I think that deep down, this person trusts your relationship. So there's this feeling of, yeah, we can drift apart sometimes, because I know that we'll always come back. Like, you're not going to fly away from me. They trust in the sturdiness of your bond. And in some cases with the King of Pentacles, they could be feeling that this is a forever connection. Take that if it resonates. But the King of Pentacles, it's like either forever or very, very long term. And with TikTok here, I do feel like your bond has and will continue to stand the test of time. Maybe recently they have been thinking about how the time has passed, reminiscing on how long you've known each other and how much both of you have changed over this time. When I said TikTok, I did think of the app, so I don't know if that's significant. Maybe they send you stuff on TikTok, or maybe they're on TikTok. I don't know, but yeah. And then we have the 3 of Cups and Leader. For will their thoughts lead to communication or action towards you? This looks like a positive energy. This does look like a yes. Now with Leader here, and this message of today, you are the lead role, I do feel like this is not your guide saying that you have to reach out and have to make the first move, but more so that you can. Like, feel free to do that. I think that would make this person very happy to hear from you. And that would probably get the communication between you flowing sooner. So I think if you did wait for them to reach out, they will reach out to you, and then you'll get back in touch. But if you reach out first, you'll get back in touch faster. Either one is fine, but I feel like this leader card is saying don't be afraid to be assertive. Don't be afraid to make the first move. And especially if you were having some kind of feelings like, oh, I can't reach out to them because I can't double text them, or like, I don't want to bother them, I already sent them so much. Like, don't worry about that. I feel like when it comes to this person, you never have to worry. I feel like they're always happy to hear about you. And the Three of Cups here does seem to indicate that the next interaction between the two of you will be friendly and lighthearted. It could be celebratory in nature. I could definitely see you being celebrated, because it does seem like you've either reached a really important milestone, or you're just killing it recently in life. Like, you're just doing amazing. So they may be reaching out to praise you or celebrate you in some way. Now, with the 3 fish here, I don't know if you have like mutual friends or a mutual circle with this person, but the next time you see them, you could be hanging out with other people or hanging out in a group. You could be seeing each other at some kind of party. It could be for some of you that the next time you hear from them, they are talking about someone else. So maybe they're, telling a story about something that happened with another person you both know, something that happened with a mutual friend or a mutual family member, if this is family. Their Three of Cups sometimes has a little bit of like a gossip or tea energy to it. So that could be the case for some of you. Like, they're reaching out because they have some really juicy stuff to tell you about something that happened between them and someone else. Or they could be asking you, like, what happened between you and someone else. But yeah, it does not make sense to me, honestly, sitting with this energy. It does not make sense to me that you wouldn't hear from them again, or that they wouldn't make a move towards you again. Like, no, your bond and your connection is sturdy enough that like a temporary drifting apart is not going to change the relationship that you have. So you don't need to worry about that. I'm sure you're not, but just in case you needed to hear that. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Cups, which is advice from your guides. So they could be, okay, there's a couple ways I can interpret this. Actually, there's 3. The interpretation is threefold. First of all, your guides are saying there's a lot about yourself that you don't see or that you dismiss. And judging from the previous messages of this group, it's probably a lot of your wonderful, amazing, positive traits that you don't fully see. I think your guides are saying, listen to this person. This person speaks the truth. Again, I feel like this person gives you a lot of like affection and praise and just talks positively about you to your face and also when you're not there. And your guides are like, I heard what she said. Doesn't have to be a she, but just like what they said. What they said, listen to them. Because the way they're perceiving you is accurate, and you like to dismiss it, and it goes, it's more than being humble. We're just being silly at this point. Like, if you don't recognize these amazing traits about you, we need to get you a better mirror. We need to get you a support system that's more like this person, more of this, because they hype you up so accurately. Maybe sometimes you feel that this person is just flattering you or doing too much with their praise of you or with their positive remarks of you, but that is not the case at all. And your guides are confirming that. If anything, your self-perception might skew negatively a lot of the time, which I think we all do at some point or another. But the way they see you, it's true. They're not just saying that, it's true and it's accurate. So that's one interpretation that I see with the Four of Cups. Another one is something about your routine. And I don't know if this is necessarily like directly related to this connection, but they are asking you to shift your focus from always chasing big breakthrough moments and focusing more on the mundane day-to-day things. And I'm gonna talk about running, because in the past months I've actually started to learn about how you're actually supposed to train. And apparently like 80% of your runs are supposed to be easy. Like, you're not struggling, may even feel like boringly slow sometimes, but that's what builds your endurance. So if I apply that to your message and your routine, you may be like seeking to pack your schedule too full of hard things, or seeking too many of those like big exciting breakthrough moments, when most of your routine should be easy. Or most of your routine should be more low key, more low energy. So this could be advice from your guides to like dial it back a bit, not because you can't handle more, but because operating significantly below your capacity most of the time is just better. Better for your health, better for your growth, better for sustainability. It's okay to do things easier and chiller. Yeah, and then finally, the third interpretation that was coming through was an invitation to meditate, which may feel boring for some of you or kind of difficult, but they may have something to tell you that will come through in a moment of stillness. And so they're coming through to let you know that. But yes, this is what I'm seeing for you, group number 1. So we're gonna head into the extended now, where we see what this person loves, admires, appreciates the most about you, an assumption, a misconception they have about you, what they think you think of them, and how they would react to knowing your true thoughts and feelings. And we're also going to see your highest future timeline with them and advice for aligning with that timeline. So if that sounds good to you and you'd like to join me in the extended, I'm gonna have that link down below in the description as well as in the pinned comment. Feel free to choose whichever platform works for you, the one-time purchase, the membership, whatever you want. I will be there. I will meet you wherever you want to meet me. And if you want to leave the reading here, thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm gonna have linked down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my memberships, where you can watch all of the extendeds that go up every month. You can also watch full-length pick-a-card readings that are for the members, and my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video that is an original song. I'll also have my latest release linked down below. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, your higher self, your person, their higher self, your spirit guides, your spiritual teams, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Hi, number 2s. So if you guys chose the turquoise bracelet, which I'm wearing right now, this is going to be your reading. I just wanted to mention, oh my gosh, this is so funny. So as I'm beginning to tell you this, the camera timer is at 13 seconds. What I was just about to tell you is that before I started filming your reading, I saw the number 1313. And I was like, okay, cool. And I just saw 31. Okay, so I saw 1313. I was like, I gotta let group 2 know about that. Then shortly after that, I checked my phone and the time was 13:31, like 1:31 p.m. And on the weather app, it was showing that it's 13 degrees outside. As I'm telling you this story, I have seen 13 and 31. So that's already the 5th time that these numbers are appearing. If you're not seeing these numbers already, I would definitely be on the lookout for 13 and 31 showing up in your surroundings. In fact, those numbers might be a sign that this person is thinking about you. Like, you'll see those numbers when it's happening. The death card could also be significant to this group because death is the number 13 in the major arcana. So could be a sign of a transformation that's going to happen in some area of your life, or maybe within the connection between you and this person who's thinking about you. Maybe we'll get into that. But before we do any of that, of course, we have to find out who this person is. So I have this tarot deck, which is split up into court cards, major arcana, and the rest of the minor arcana. I'm going to pull one from each of these piles, and that will paint the full picture of who this person is. And in order to confirm that this is your group, this should be someone whose energy you recognize, but also someone that you actually want to hear about. So if you do recognize this person's energy, but you're like, no, I don't want anything to do with them, then this is probably not your group, and please feel free to choose a different one. Ideally, we would like it to be someone you want to know about. So yeah. And if this energy sounds a lot like you, then it's very likely the person who's thinking of you is very similar to you energetically. And in some cases, if it resonates, it could be that you from the past or you from the future is thinking about you in this current moment. So let's get into it. Who is thinking about my group number 2s right now? Who is this person? We have the Knight of Swords and the Queen of Swords, which came out together. There could be multiple people thinking about you right now. During this reading, well, actually, I don't know. Let's see. I was gonna say maybe we'll just focus on one person, but could be like a group or a collective of people who's thinking of you. We have the Moon. And we have the Ace of Swords. Okay, there's a lot of air energy going on here. 3 out of the 4 cards are in the suit of swords. So, well, first of all, I think that's a sign that this person is thinking about you a lot, very frequently. For some of you, it could be an indication that this person is an air sign. Aquarius and or Pisces energy especially could be significant. Pisces isn't an air sign, but we have the Moon here, and that's related to the sign of Pisces. I am getting the sense that this is probably someone you are thinking of as well. So it goes both ways. And the fact that we have a brain here and a heart, this thinking goes beyond just the mental aspect. I feel like you and this person do have feelings for each other, and we'll get into what those are later in the reading, but there's an emotional charge to these thoughts, is how I could put it. It's not like you're just casually passing their mind, or they're thinking about you in a completely like dry, unemotional way. There's definitely an emotional charge to it. And for some of you, I feel like there's even a spiritual component to it with the Moon here. And also just the fact that I was bombarded with angel numbers, with repeating numbers at the start of your group. And I'm getting the sense that when you think about each other, it's because some interaction or exchange has happened between your higher selves. So there's like a psychic component to it as well. This is a very interesting energy. I feel like this is someone that you personally have been wondering, are they thinking about me? Are they thinking about me? And the answer is yes. They're thinking about you in the 3D sense, but also their higher self is with you. My eyes are also going to the light bulb and the butterfly. Butterflies are another sign of transformation, much like the death card. So this message is being confirmed. This connection is about to go through some kind of metamorphosis in the 3D. As a side note, with that death card energy, there could be a loved one on the other side who wants you to know that they're thinking about you and you're always in their heart. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that as a nice side note. So I think we're just gonna go ahead and see what's going on. Like we have to get more details with more cards. So we are going to do a deep dive into the nature of this person's thoughts of you. So we're going to see how they see you. Is there a specific reason they're thinking about you right now? Is there something that started it, or when did it start? Or are they just kind of thinking about you all the time? What is it that they are thinking about you right now? The nature of their thoughts, and will these thoughts lead to communication, or will these thoughts lead to them taking some kind of action towards you? If so, what is that going to be? And then we'll finish off the reading with some advice from your guides. Based on how it went with group 1, the advice could be related to the connection, but they may also just give you some general advice for life while we have them here. So I'm going to leave it open to your guides, but that's how this reading is going to go. And then we're also going to have an extended today where we see what this person loves, admires, appreciates the most about you. We're also going to see an assumption or a misconception that they have about you, what they think you think of them, and how they would react to your true thoughts and feelings about them. And we're also going to see your highest future timeline with them and advice from your guides when it comes to aligning with that timeline. So without further ado, let's get out this beautiful tarot deck that you chose, the Rosa Obscura Tarot. I'm going to pull a few cards from this deck, and then we're also going to clarify the messages with oracle cards. And I'm also realizing, that's funny, I'm realizing that earlier I pointed out the light bulb and the butterfly, but I only talked about the butterfly. I forgot to talk about the light bulb, which I was gonna say I feel like represents some kind of epiphany that you're having about this connection. The fact that I forgot and I'm only bringing it up now, I feel like means that this is a delayed epiphany. So you may be having an epiphany about something that happened a long time ago. Maybe it's like an interaction that happened with this person days ago, weeks ago, months ago, could even be years ago for some of you. And you're like, oh my gosh, that's what they meant. Or you could be having a very delayed epiphany about a dream that you had randomly 3 months ago, a sign that you saw last week. You know, it's kind of, it took a while for the epiphany to come, but it came. All right. So, my group number 2s. How does this person see you? With all of the doors on this moon card, okay, there's a lot happening. With all of the doors on this moon card, this could be someone who's kind of been in and out of your life, or from a soul perspective, their energy is in and out of your life. So there could be eras of your life where you really feel their presence heavily lingering around you, And then other times where they don't feel so present, you're not really thinking about them that much. It ebbs and flows, I want to say. And I also think with these doors, for some of you, it's like you want to approach them or you want to get closer to them, but you don't know how. There could be many different ways of doing it, many different ways of reaching out or making a move, and you just don't know like what's the best way to do that. I also feel there could be something kind of overwhelming about this connection, or about making sense of it, or just the emotions are overwhelming. And then something else that was coming through is, okay, this is gonna sound weird, but I smelled like, you know when you leave wet laundry in the machine and then it smells kind of like musty? It's like, or like a wet like dish towel gets that kind of funky smell to it. Okay, I know it sounds weird, but that's what I smelled. And I was thinking about water representing emotions. And so it's like, if you don't address the emotions in a timely manner, they will get kind of stale. So you may be due for a conversation with this person, or due to express your feelings, or maybe they're due to express their feelings to you. Maybe that goes both ways. And also, like, psychic smelling could be a thing with this connection. You pick up on random scents that have a message for you. That does happen to me quite a bit when I'm doing readings, and just in my life in general. Okay. What does this person think of you? How do they see you? We have the Hierophant. Is there a specific reason they are thinking about you right now? We have Temperance. Oh, interesting. What is the nature of their thoughts about you right now? The Tower. And will these thoughts lead to communication or action towards you? The Chariot. So definitely we have to point out, oh, this is so cool. We have to point out that all four of these cards are major arcana. So this is a very significant connection in your life, which is no surprise to me, because we've established that you do have some sort of psychic, spiritual connection to this person. There could be really strong elements of destiny, divine orchestration, divine timing within this connection. And something else I think is really cool is that if you look at the numbers of these cards, we have 5, and then we have 14, which 14 adds up to 5, 1 and 4. And then we have 7 and 16, and 1 and 6 adds up to 7. So the numbers 5 and 7 could be significant. I'm thinking of life path 5 and life path 7, but they could be significant in a different way. Or maybe your guides want you to pay attention to how numbers add up. Like, I don't know, how do your birthday numbers add up? What's your life path number? Or if you keep seeing a number over and over again, what does it add up to? That might be another message for you. But okay, I'm tasting Tic Tacs, like the mint ones, specifically Tic Tacs. Yeah, clair smelling and clair tasting could be a thing with this group. But anyway, how crazy that all 4 of these are major arcana. That's like blowing my mind. So let's clarify these with some oracle cards. To clarify the Hierophant, we have second house. To clarify Temperance, we have December. To clarify the Tower, we have Chop Wood with the number 42. And to clarify the Chariot, we have Abundance with the number 17. And it says, the more you share, the more abundant you will be. Okay. Oop. Sorry guys, Yumi has a little bit of a cold. She's doing much better now, but she still coughs a little bit sometimes. So we have the humidifier going for her. That's that noise you can probably hear in the background. So please send her some positive vibes so she can be completely better soon. All right, so how this person sees you is represented by the Hierophant and the second house. When I saw the Hierophant, the very first thing that came to my mind is that this person sees you as someone who will be in their life when they become the best version of themselves. I want to be clear, this doesn't mean they're feeling like, I must become the best version of myself in order to earn a connection with group 2. That's not what I mean. It feels like something more natural. Like, as I naturally progress towards my highest self, it only makes sense that group 2 will be there in my life. And something else I heard is that they see you as a person they are growing towards. You know, like we talk about kind of growing apart from someone, they feel like they're growing towards you. Imagine, I'm actually imagining 2 sunflowers or just a plant with a long green stem. And sunflower was the first one that came to my mind. And the plants, as they grow, are coming towards each other like this. That's how they see you and them. The more we grow, the more we evolve into like the highest version of ourselves, the closer we are going to get. That's just how it is. That's just the natural order of things. And I think that they would view you as someone who does bring out the best in them and encourages them to keep growing. You have made this person think about their long-term future and kind of take themselves more seriously and really think about their potential. Okay, I heard you're one of the first people, this is a very specific message, you're one of the first people who made them feel like they could amount to something or do something meaningful in this world. And I feel like I could cry with this message. Like it feels very emotional. You saw a value in them that helped them start to see and nurture the value in themselves. And because of your influence, they really committed. It almost like I owe it to myself to become the best version of myself, and you helped me see that. I'm going to use my potential to its fullest, and you help me realize that I can. I think you've had a wonderful impact on this person. And I also think they see you as someone who is very wise. And I heard there's a difference between smart and wise. And it's not that they don't see you as smart, but it's like a wisdom that can't be taught. Like it's just from life experience or from being an old soul. It's something that goes beyond just like academic intelligence or cleverness. It's something about your soul that feels wise to them, and they feel safe around you. Like because you're wise, as long as I'm around you, everything's gonna be okay, if that makes sense. Like they trust you, I guess, is what I want to say. They trust you, they trust your judgment. and they trust your wisdom. And that's everything I'm seeing. But yeah, you've definitely helped a lot with this person's self-worth. Not like they rely on you for self-worth, but you inspired them to build up their own like sense of purpose in this life. And I think they also trust that you're going to stick around, that you're going to be a constant presence in their life, and they're very grateful for that. And even though they're very sure that you'll be there for them, they want you to know that they don't take it for granted. In terms of when they started thinking about you this time, or if there's a specific reason, interestingly, both of these cards are pointing towards December, because this is literally December and it says Sag on it, and Temperance is a Sag card. So December 14th could be a significant date for some of you, which was not long ago at the time that I'm filming this. It does seem like I'm filming this in December. So if you're watching this when it goes up, it could be that this month, December, they've started to really think about you more. But this is a timeless reading, so if you're watching it at a later time, I would still say it's like whatever month you're watching this in. So you could be watching this reading in June, and this person has been thinking about you a lot in the month of June. So just apply this to whatever month you're in. I'm also thinking of 14 days being 2 weeks. So this person has been thinking about you for at least the past couple weeks, and maybe even for the past month. And we have these keywords: unique, curious, passionate, adaptable, loves to explore. So it does seem like they're thinking about you with a bit of curiosity. Now, I do want to share another message that came through earlier that I had been keeping in my pocket, which is that one of the reasons they're thinking about you so much is because they try not to. And as we know, whatever you resist persists. So like if you're trying not to think about someone, that's gonna make you think about them more. And I feel like the reason they try not to is just because they might feel sometimes like, am I thinking about group 2 too much? Like, is it giving obsessed? Is it giving like I'm too attached to them? Temperance is about self-restraint. And it feels very like composed and mature, and I've transcended the ego. So sometimes they may feel like either they're too attached to you, or maybe their thoughts of you and the connection are like too rooted in the ego, and they want to transcend that, which is funny because often that desire to transcend also comes from the ego. But they don't want to be coming on too strong or doing too much when it comes to the thoughts of you. So I feel like they do try to pull it back, rein it in, however you say that. But the more they try to do that, the more they think of you. Because every time you tell yourself, I'm not going to think about blank, you think about blank. That's just kind of how it goes. So I think, there is that message on your side that sometimes the emotions may be overwhelming and making sense of them may be overwhelming. And I think that perhaps your person feels the same way. But I think that it's okay for both of you to just approach your emotions and your experiences with curiosity rather than deeming them as good or bad. So for example, like, oh, I'm thinking about them a lot, that's bad because it means I'm like too attached. Rather than viewing it that way and like assigning a value to it, I think there is advice from your guides to just approach it with curiosity. Like, oh, my person's energy's popping up right now. I wonder why that is. I wonder what they have to tell me. Because thoughts, feelings, energy, it does not pop up for no reason. Like if your person's energy was popping up for no reason, that's the equivalent of someone calling you and not saying anything. Who does that? Only like sociopaths do that. Like, just call and nothing on the other end, just like breathing. Nobody does that. If you call someone, you have something to say. If their energy's popping up, they have something to say. They're there for a reason. It is not to be dismissed. It's to be approached with curiosity. So, that's what I have to say about that. And I feel like that's a message for both of you. In terms of the nature of their thoughts of you, we have the Tower. So this is definitely giving a feeling that your entrance into their life brought a lot of intense emotions and probably completely changed everything for them. There may be certain things that will never be the same for them. Maybe just life, or their relationship to spirituality, or their relationship to themselves will never be the same again. Or you've maybe challenged a lot of their beliefs, or challenged parts of an inauthentic identity that they were holding on to. And I think with chopped wood here, and this kind of goes back to the message of committing to themselves and honoring their potential. I think you coming into their life made them realize that they have a lot of work to do, and kind of gave them, I think reality check is the word I'm looking for, because they maybe thought that they were doing pretty good. They were pretty healed, pretty advanced on their journey. Maybe there's a bit of a humbling here too, where it's like, oh, I actually have a lot of work to do. I actually have a lot of progress to make, but I can do it. So when I say humbling, I don't mean like you're putting them down or making them feel worse or anything like that, but just like, wow, I really thought I had shit figured out, but when you came into my life, I realized that I still have so much to learn. It's humbling, like in a grateful way, but it's definitely intense. Yeah, like the journey ahead is longer than they thought when it comes to what they have left to learn, or the stage of awakening that they're in. So while I do think they're thinking of you frequently, I also feel like accompanied by that is a reflection on their own self and their own journey. I think just your presence puts them into a reflective mode, thinking about how far they've come and how much farther they have to go. Now I am tasting specifically candied ginger. Yeah, let me know if that is significant to you. My mom loves candied ginger. It's not really my thing, but I do love a ginger snap. I do love a gingerbread cookie, and just ginger in general. Hot water with ginger, chef's kiss. Anyway, for the question of will their thoughts of you lead to communication or action, we have the Chariot, which is a huge yes. The Chariot is literally like action, forward motion. Especially the way these cards came out, this Chariot person is unicycling towards the treasure. I'm gonna take this very literally and say that they treasure you, that you are like a precious treasure to them, and they're going to go after this treasure. They really, and I've already said this, but it bears repeating, that they really recognize how special you are and how lucky they are to have you in their life, and that anyone would be lucky to have you. And I'm wondering about the significance of this Chariot person being on a unicycle. There's a feeling of acting alone, because on the Chariot card we usually see, well, there's the person in the chariot, but then there's two creatures who are moving the chariot with them. And this being just one person and the vehicle only having one wheel, there is very much a feeling of acting alone. And also, I imagine unicycles are kind of hard to balance on. So there could be some difficulties with reaching out to you or with making the move that they want to, including mental hurdles, but that's not going to stop them. So even if the mental hurdles make them scared or nervous, they'll just reach out to you nervously. If the hurdles make them awkward, clumsy, they'll reach out to you clumsily. Like, they're just going to go despite whatever difficulties may be in front of them. It's literally giving, I will find a way to you even if I have to take a freaking unicycle to get to you. I will take a unicycle. I'll do what needs to be done. And also, I did have a feeling of them, because there's the feeling of acting alone, like maybe breaking apart from a group or deviating from what was expected of them so that they can find you or reach out to you or approach you or make this move towards you. But there's definitely a feeling of determination and not being afraid to take initiative. In fact, they may really want to be the one to make the first move. Like, it's important to them that they do that. And they're definitely not going to hold back with this abundance card. I feel like they have a lot to share with you. They have a lot more to offer you compared to the last time you spoke. And I think this is because they now know how to articulate themselves. They've had a lot more epiphanies since the last time you spoke. They have more insights, more answers, more explanations. They have more ways to put into language the feelings that they're feeling, and they want to share those with you. It feels like they're for you. And I want to pull out this, I actually have this card on my altar right now, but I wanted to show it to you because I feel like it's relevant. The North Node, destined to have. So it's like they've cultivated these insights and emotions, and they are determined to communicate them to you because they feel like you are destined to have them. And I'm hearing whatever you do with them is up to you. So they're coming forward to share a lot with you, but not expecting you to react in any way, or not expecting you to reciprocate is what I was trying to say. Not expecting you to reciprocate or give anything back to them. They're just giving you this gift of emotion and insight because they feel you are destined to have it. And with like no strings attached. So how can I explain that simply? Energetically, it would be like someone complimenting you only to get a compliment back versus someone complimenting you because they genuinely mean it. You don't have to respond. You don't have to say anything back. They just want you to have this compliment because you need to know and you're destined to have this positive energy. So that's the way that they're going to be coming forward to you. And it will probably look something like, these are the things that I've been reflecting on lately. This is what I've learned. These are my realizations that I want to share with you. These are the emotions in my heart that I hold dear to me and that I want you to know about. This is how I feel about you. This is what I appreciate about you. And I'm giving you all of this as a gift, and I don't expect anything in return. I just want you to have this love, and I just want you to have this appreciation. Yeah, that's how I feel about that. Yeah. So let's look at the bottom of the deck you chose for the advice from your guides. And we have the Three of Cups. I feel like it will be beneficial for the two of you to spend some lighthearted time together, or to have some lighthearted conversations. If you are planning to reach out to this person or planning to respond to their communication, maybe your guides are advising you to do so in a more lighthearted way, or the Three of Cups is them saying no pressure. Like, don't feel pressure to come across in a certain way, or respond in a certain way, or express yourself in a certain way. Like, just do it in the way that feels natural to you. It doesn't have to be so deep and serious and heavy. If there's a lack of communication between the two of you right now, it could be that both of you kind of take the situation quite seriously, and that puts pressure, and pressure often paralyzes us because everything feels like such a big deal. And this is not me saying like, oh, the connection's not that deep, but just that you can make something so important that it feels heavy and inaccessible and not enjoyable to engage with. And so I feel like the Three of Cups is about lifting some of that pressure, especially pressure about like, I'm gonna mess this up, or there is a right way and a wrong way to engage with this connection, and the way I'm doing it is wrong, or like I'm gonna say the wrong thing, or I'm thinking about this person too much, or I'm not focusing on this person enough. Like there's too much pressures like that. And I think this is your guides very lovingly saying like, relax, everything is okay, you're in good company, like this is your friend, this soul is your friend, it's fine, it's okay. We don't need to, there's nothing to be nervous about. Yeah, that's the vibe for sure. So group number 2s, we are going to take it over to the extended now, where we're going to see what this person loves, admires, appreciates the most about you. We're going to see an assumption or a misconception that they have about you, what they think you think of them, and how they would react to your true thoughts and feelings. And then finally, we're gonna take a look at your highest future timeline with this person and get some advice from your guides as to how you could align with this timeline. So if that sounds good to you, I will have the extended linked down below on various platforms, so you can join me wherever works best for you. And there's options for the one-time purchase of just this reading, or the membership, which gets you all of the extendeds every month. If you are considering a membership option, I just ask that you read the description of each membership tier so you know exactly what you are getting. But I'm really grateful to everyone who considers that option, and I look forward to seeing you over there. If you're gonna leave the reading here, thank you so much for being here and for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you like to find me elsewhere, I'm gonna have linked down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my memberships, which I just mentioned, where you can watch the extendeds. There's also a membership tier with full-length pick-a-card readings, so that will be down below. And my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video, that is an original song. I'll also have my latest release linked down below. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, your person, your higher selves, your spirit guides, your spiritual teams, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Hi number 3s, so if you guys chose the Rhodolite bracelet, which I'm wearing right now, this is going to be your reading. So of course, the first thing we need to do is figure out who this person is who is thinking about you right now. So to do that, I have this tarot deck, which I've split up into court cards, major arcana, and the rest of the minor arcana. And we're gonna pull one card from each of these three piles to paint the full picture of this person's energy. And in order to confirm that this is your group, this should sound like someone you recognize and someone you actually want to hear about. So if you do recognize the energy of this person, but you're like, no, I do not want to hear about them, then this is probably not your group and it's totally fine to choose a different one. Also, if the energy I'm describing here sounds like you, then it's quite likely that the person who's thinking about you is energetically very similar to you. Or in some cases, if it resonates, it could be that you from the past or you from the future is thinking about you in this moment right now. So without further ado, let's find out who this person is. Who is thinking about my group number 3s? I was just thinking, who could it be? And then I thought of the song from Zaboomafoo that's like, who could it be? This animal who I did see. Can you help me guess this mystery? That was such a good show. Anyway, we have... And now I'm thinking of who's that Pokemon. Anyway, we have the King of Pentacles. It's Pikachu! It's Clefairy! Fuck! Please let me know if you know these references. Otherwise, I'm just going down a memory lane by myself. But anyway, on to the major arcana. Who's thinking about my group number 3s? We have the Wheel of Fortune. Ooh. I'm hearing a powerful and enigmatic individual. Finally, we have the Three of Cups. Okay, so I would guess one of two things for this group. Either the person who's thinking about you, you have some kind of professional relationship with them or professional aspirations related to them, or this is just an individual who is very career oriented. I am definitely getting boss vibes from this person, so they could be a business owner, an entrepreneur. They could be like the leader of a group, the manager, the sort of top person in a group, the person who has the most power and influence. Yeah, it's giving the vibe of like the owner of a company or the owner of a business. This could be someone you know on a personal level who is aspiring to be these things. It just feels like they're very career oriented. What they do for a living is a big part of their identity. And I feel like they're very passionate about whatever field they're in. Now, I do think that this person is very friendly with the Three of Cups here. And they're definitely someone who opened a door for themselves, walked through, and then left it open for others to come in. They've made it to the top in some way, or they're well on their way to the top. And there's this feeling that they want to bring their friends up with them, or like anyone who has the same passion as them and the same drive as them, they will help them. So they have a lot of success, but they're not the type of person who hogs it, like keeps it to themselves so they have the bragging rights. I sense with this cornucopia here and this Three of Cups, which is very friendly and celebratory and yeah, celebrates community and friendship. I feel like when they go up, they take others with them. And that is the sign of a true, wonderful leader. So the people, yeah, there's some people under them. Like they have employees or people they manage. And these people really like the person who's thinking about you. I'm trying to figure out, like, are you involved in the same field as them, or do you just know someone who's like this? Like they're very passionate about their career. I would bet that at this point you know who I'm talking about, so maybe I don't have to like dissect the nature of your relationship too much, but I do get the sense that even if you're on good terms and friendly with this person, there's still an element of mystery to them. Now, this could be by design. Maybe this is a very private person, but I feel like you're still probably at this point a bit unsure about how they see you, where you stand with them, what their intentions are with you. And with the Wheel of Fortune, there could be either they might have an unpredictable nature to them, like kind of hot and cold, or they're giving you mixed signals in some way, or there are some unpredictable or uncertain circumstances surrounding your connection as a whole. This could be someone who changes their mind quite a bit, but I also feel conviction with them. So I say it's a powerful and enigmatic individual, but they're definitely successful and wealthy, okay? I'm definitely getting those vibes from them. And they are at the top of something, or the leader of something, or the owner or manager of something. They could be the face or the front man, front person of something as well. Okay. So, if this sounds like someone whose energy you recognize and someone you would like to hear about, then you have found your group. So we're gonna get into the deep dive of their thoughts now. We're gonna see how this person sees you. Is there any specific reason they are thinking about you right now? What started it and when? Or are they just thinking about you all the time? We're going to see the nature of their thoughts. What exactly is it that they are thinking pertaining to you? And will these thoughts lead to communication, or will these thoughts lead to them taking some kind of action towards you? And if so, what is that? And then we're going to finish off the reading with some advice from your guides. The way it's been going with the previous groups is that your guides will give you advice about the connection, but they may also just give you some general life advice while they're here. So we'll leave it up to them. But that's going to be our main reading. And then there's also going to be an extended reading today where we see what this person loves, admires, appreciates the most about you. We are going to see an assumption or a misconception that they have about you, what they think you think of them, and how they would react if they knew your true thoughts and feelings about them. And then finally, we are going to see your highest future timeline with this person, and we're going to get some advice from your guides regarding how you could align with this highest timeline. So, without further ado, let's get into it. We are going to pull some cards from the tarot deck you guys chose, which is the Blissful Dolphin Tarot, a very cute one. You made a good choice. All right. There's something about like this past year has been really significant for this connection. Maybe you even met this person in the past year. Or it could also be the year ahead. I don't know, that time frame of 1 year just came into my mind. And also a specific message is coming through. And I don't know who's who in this situation, but I see you and your person, and it's like when you first met, one of you made some comments about the other, and the other really held on to those words and still remembers them. But maybe to the person who said it, it was very casual. So an example of this energy would be like, when you first met, they said to you, "You're gonna go far." And you really hold on to, like, they said, "I'm gonna go far." And I just saw 1111, by the way. So maybe that is something they actually think about you, that you are gonna go far in this life, in this field. But yeah, someone complimented the other, and it was a casual thing that just came to their mind, and they said it, but the other person really appreciated it and held on to it. If you have given this person any sort of gift, even just a small token of gratitude, or even like a little souvenir of some kind, I feel like they really appreciated that. I'm hearing where there's smoke, there's fire. And what I want to say is, if you've made any assumptions or have any hunches about this person, they are probably correct. Okay, so for how this person sees you, we have the 9 of Cups. Is there a specific reason they are thinking about you right now? We have the Ace of Swords. What is the nature of their thoughts about you right now? It fell on the floor. We have the King of Pentacles. Oh wait, I just realized that's a repetition. And will these thoughts lead to communication from them, or will these thoughts lead to them taking action? I'm hearing, it's a line from Lotto, "Laughing to the bank, but shit is not a joke." I just heard that. Okay, let's get some oracle cards as well. I have some pre-shuffled oracle cards to clarify these messages. So to clarify the 9 of Cups, we have Pisces. To clarify the Ace of Swords, we have 21. To clarify the King of Pentacles, we have a change in the wind with the number 12. So that's kind of interesting. We got the number 2, 1, and then 1, 2. That number could be significant, or mirroring numbers in general could be significant to this group. And then to to clarify the Two of Swords, we have balance with the number 29. And it says like to not be afraid of shaking or swaying, something like that. All right, so it's very clear to see with the Nine of Cups here that this person views you in a positive way. I find it interesting that we have Pisces here because the Nine of Cups is related to the sign of Pisces. We have double Pisces energy here. I don't know if you guys have Pisces placements or if this person does, or maybe you have a repetition in your big three, like in your sun, moon, rising, you have the same sign twice, or that could be them. And if you are familiar with your birth chart, wherever Pisces is positioned in your chart could reveal something that this person admires about you. But they definitely have some kind of desire for the future when it comes to you. So that there's something that they want to do with you, or something that they want to be with you, like a certain level of the relationship that they hope to reach with you that maybe they haven't fully revealed to you yet. They're kind of making some future plans. They envision a specific future with you, and it does kind of feel like an important goal to them, or perhaps even a dream or a fantasy for them. Sometimes with the Nine of Cups, I pick up on crushing energy. That might not make sense for some of you, but if this is like a friendship, I feel like you can definitely have a platonic crush on someone, like just thinking they're really freaking cool. And of course, if this is a romantic connection, then that will make sense. But to interpret it in a broad way, I think they think that you're really cool or impressive or admirable in some way, and you ease some of their worries. They know that they don't have to worry about you. They know that they can count on you. So an example coming to my mind is, let's say that this is like your boss and you're their employee. They don't have to worry about you in the sense that they know you're going to do an excellent job. So if they assigned you to a certain project, they already know that that project is going to be flawless, that you were going to knock it out of the park. Whereas maybe if they assigned it to someone else, they would be like, oh, is it going to be okay? Are they going to be able to do it? So in some way, they really trust in your ability. And even in a friendship or a personal relationship situation, I think they could just view you as someone who's really reliable. So if they've asked you to do something, they would like stop worrying about that thing because they just know you're going to take care of it. You're going to do an amazing job. And they're very grateful to you for that. They also see you as someone, they could really admire your spiritual side, okay, with this double Pisces energy and Jupiter energy here. Jupiter talks about spirituality, philosophy. They could really appreciate your worldview and your relationship with spirituality. If you have talked about your interest in spirituality or talked about your psychic abilities or interests with this person, I feel like they really believe you. If you do readings, they might want to get a reading from you, or if they already have, I feel like they were really impressed. I don't know if they told you that, but that's just something that came through. I'm also hearing that you're like a breath of fresh air to them, so they're really happy when they're able to see you. That's interesting. I feel like there's some kind of situation where they don't always know if they're gonna see you, and then when they do end up seeing you, they're really happy. I guess an example I could use to illustrate that energy is like if you were in the same workplace, but you have shifts and they're different every week. So they could be going into work one day and being like, I wonder if group 3 is gonna be there. And then when you are there, they're happy to see you. Yeah, I just saw them like going to a place and they're like, I wonder if group 3 is gonna be here today, or I wonder if I'm gonna get to see group 3 today. And then they're happy when they can. This energy could also be like if they post it on social media and they're like, I wonder if group 3 liked it. They post a story, they're like, I wonder if group 3 watched it. And when they see you there, when they see your name there or your picture there, it makes them happy. Yeah, that's the kind of energy that I'm picking up on here. So needless to say, they see you in a really positive way, and I think that your energy always boosts their spirits. So when it comes to when they started thinking of you, 21 is a very specific number to get here, but I am thinking of the fact that 21 days is 3 weeks. So it could be that they've been thinking about you for the past 3 weeks, or if I interpret this a little bit more broadly, like just, you know, for the past few weeks. And with Ace of Swords here, this doesn't seem like a kind of, they're just thinking about you in passing. It feels like a very specific thing they're thinking about. So this goes back to, they have some kind of future plan that they want to enact with you, or they have a very specific thing that they want to offer you. There's a very specific like path that they want to walk down with you, and so they're thinking about executing that. So for example, this isn't just them being like, group 3, group 3, so nice. They're thinking like, okay, I'm going to reach out to group 3 and I'm gonna say XYZ and I'm gonna offer them this, and then we're gonna do this and this and this. Like they have this whole plan of what they wanna do. Yeah, I feel like this person is very intentional. And as I say that, I'm thinking back to that message, where there's smoke, there's fire, because I could see a scenario where they did something or said something, and you're like, was that intentional? Like, did they intend for me to take it that way? And the answer is yes. Like, I don't know, they posted something and you're like, did they intend for me to see that? Was this like directed at me in some way? And like, yes, it was. So, and I just saw 2222. So maybe you both do things to like get each other's attention, or you both do or say or post things hoping that the other will notice. But if you, I feel like there's some situation where you're assuming like, oh, they did this on purpose, or like they did this because they want XYZ reaction from me, and you're correct in that. Yeah. So the nature of their thoughts is the King of Pentacles, which I think is very interesting because that's the card that they came through as. So they want you to join them in something. I feel like this reading will make a lot of sense for those of you, like if this is a professional relationship, because we talked about them being very successful and wanting to open the door for other people. And we also talked about them having a very specific thing that they want to do with you, or like a specific thing they want to offer you. So if this is a professional connection, I definitely think that they're thinking about like giving you a job or giving you a promotion, inviting you to do your work somewhere, like inviting you somewhere where your talents and your work can be seen more, inviting you on board for a project, inviting you to speak somewhere. I'm hearing like just, they're thinking about giving you some kind of opportunity, or sharing their abundance with you in some way. And that could be sharing resources with you, sharing knowledge, sharing their connections. You know, they're gonna help pull you up, because I do feel like in some way this person has reached a level of success that can help you in your own endeavors as well. The fact that you're both coming up as the same card could also be an indication that this person sees themselves in you or feels like you are very similar. Feel like, yeah, your personality is very similar. And I do think that your interests and your passion and perhaps even your profession is similar or the same. And we have a change in the wind, and I'm thinking about putting wind in someone's sails. It's like they want to help you level up, or they want to help you progress in some way. Or maybe they feel this could be mutually beneficial. Like you can also help them level up and reach their goals. So I realize I've been giving examples where they're kind of like above you, quote unquote, and they're bestowing this offer to you, but this could also be inviting you to collaborate so that you can move and level up together. I am thinking of the number 12 as the Hanged Man, because that is the number of the Hanged Man. And so if you or this person have sort of been at a plateau in your career as you move towards your goals, maybe they feel like you are, that makes sense because you're a breath of fresh air. Yeah. They may feel like you can help them get out of a rut, get out of some stuck energy, and they may feel that they can help you get moving and get out of a stagnant situation and get where you want to go. So I feel like a change in the wind represents movement, like, yeah, getting out of a stagnant situation. And when I look at the zebra, I'm thinking of yin and yang. So they may feel like the two of you go willy well together. No, I was gonna say the two of you go really well together. And yeah, that's what they think, and they're probably right. And the zebra is reminding me of Zabu also, is a boomafoo, who is a lemur, but is also black and white. That's the TV show I was singing the song from at the beginning of your reading. Pingu is another iconic black and white TV show character. We love Pingu. Anyway, and now I'm thinking of Snoopy. Now my brain is going down the black and white fictional animals route. I don't know if that's significant to someone, but let's keep it moving here. So in terms of whether or not their thoughts of you will lead to some kind of communication or action, we have the Two of Swords and Balance. I find it interesting that both of these cards have themes of duality, like the two swords and the two birds, and also both of them have themes of balance. This card is literally called Balance, and the Two of Swords is associated with the sign of Libra, which, as you may know, is the scales. So they are thinking a lot about this specific way that they want to come forward, but I feel like there's an appropriate way to do it. Like there's an appropriate time and place, and they just haven't found that yet. I actually think that this is valid, okay? So sometimes I see energy like this and it more so just feels like deep down the person is scared to come forward, and so they're sort of making excuses, or like their fear is making excuses. Like, oh, well, I have to wait to find the perfect time to do it. I have to wait to find the perfect way to come forward. But here I actually feel like this is kind of based in reality, and there is an opportune moment to make this offer to you, and there is a moment that is not so opportune. I don't know exactly what that is, but you know, for example, if your boss wanted to tell you like you're the best employee, maybe they don't want to say that in front of everyone and like make people feel bad or make people jealous. Maybe they want to tell you in private. I don't know. Or like maybe they I'm imagining, I don't know why this is what I'm imagining, but I imagined two people walking dogs and they get to talking and they want to do business together and they want to exchange contact information. Maybe they want to exchange business cards, but they have like their dog's leash in one hand and they have like the bag with like, you know, the bags that you pick up poop. Like their hands are full, they have too much going on. So it's just like, it's not an opportune moment to talk business when our dogs are like running around and sniffing each other's butts and we have to like rein the leashes in. Like, it's just, the circumstances have not been ideal. Maybe they just haven't had a moment. Maybe there's just like too many other people around or distractions, or they just need a specific setting or a specific, maybe they need specific equipment. Like there's some work that they want to show you and they haven't been able to properly bring it in, or they want to show you a PowerPoint and it's not ready yet. Like there's a valid reason. There's a valid reason that they haven't done it yet. Something is still messy or not ideal and they're waiting for things to settle. Yeah, that's what it is. I don't get the sense that they're like shy or scared to come forward. They're just planning, and they are maybe a bit perfectionistic, but that's what has gotten them this far anyway. So I'm not about to suggest that they should stop being a perfectionist. Yeah, okay, so for advice, let's look at the bottom of the deck that you guys chose, and we have the Page of Swords. Yeah, so you're definitely going to be hearing from this person, and okay, I want to see something. I'm actually gonna pull, oh, okay, no, it's right here. Because I was gonna say, like, what about if you reached out first, or you made the first move, and then we got the Four of Swords, which is a card about inaction. You can see this person's just waiting. They're being receptive. So I do think it will be good if they reach out to you. And if they're taking some time to get back to you, they haven't forgotten. So I mean, you could follow up with them, but I feel like you don't need to, because I feel like they have not forgotten. In fact, they're actively remembering and thinking about what they want to say to you. So yeah, I think you just need to know if they've taken time to respond to something you sent. It's not because they forgot, and it's certainly not because like they're not interested or they're not thinking about you. They may even have in their planner, in their calendar, like that they're gonna reach out to you about a certain thing on a certain day. So yeah, I would not worry. This is also Libra energy, by the way. The 2 and the 4 of Swords are both Libra. Yeah. I think that, oh my gosh, now we have the Queen of Swords at the bottom. A lot of sword stuff going on. I wonder if air sign energy is significant, or the winter season. And the Queen of Swords is literally Libra. Are you or they a Libra? Or is Libra season significant? September, October, which I know that's not winter. I don't think it's winter anywhere in the world, but if you're in the northern hemisphere, maybe like September, October, November, December is significant. If you're in the southern hemisphere too, Libra season, September, October, like end of September to end of October. Or this could be a sign of like a committed partnership, because Libra rules the 7th house, which is all about like long-term committed partnerships. It can even be something official, like a contract that you have with someone. And it's good for all types of partnerships, romantic as well as business relationships. So things are looking good for whatever type of relationship this is. And while I do think that this person can take their time, they certainly don't stall. They don't dilly-dally. They don't waste time. If they're taking time with something, it's intentional. Yeah. So that is everything that I want to say to my lovely group number 3s. So we're going to move into the extended now, where we see what they love, admire, appreciate the most about you. We're going to see an assumption or a misconception that they have about you. We will see what they think you think about them, and how they would react to knowing your true thoughts and feelings towards them. And then we're also going to see your highest future timeline with this person and get some advice from your guides as to how you can align with that timeline. So if that sounds good to you and you'd like to join me in the extended, I'm gonna have it linked down below in the description and in the pinned comment. It will be available on a few different platforms, so you can choose whichever one works best for you. And there will be an option for just the one-time purchase of this reading, or the membership, which gives you all of the extendeds every month. If you are considering the membership option, I just ask that you carefully read the description of the different membership levels so you know exactly what you're getting. But I'm super appreciative to everyone who considers that option. And yeah, I will meet you over there in the extended. And if you're gonna leave the reading here, I want to say thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm gonna have linked down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my memberships, which I was just talking about. We have the extendeds that go up every month, and we also have a level where you can watch exclusive full-length pick a card readings. And then I will also link my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video. That is an original song, and I'll have my latest release linked down below as well. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, your person, your higher self, your person's higher self, your spirit guides, your spiritual teams, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Hi number 4s, so if you guys chose the green jade bracelet, which I'm wearing right now, this is going to be your reading. The first thing we need to do is let Miss Yumi up onto the chair. Okay, there you go. And the second thing we need to do is find out who this person is who is thinking about you. So to do that, I have this tarot deck broken up into court cards, major arcana, and the rest of the minor arcana. And we're going to be pulling one card from each of these 3 piles to paint the full picture of this person's energy. And in order to confirm that this is your group, this should sound like someone you can recognize and someone you actually want to hear about. So if you recognize the energy of this person, but you don't want anything to do with them, then this is probably not your group. And please feel free to choose a different group. If you do want to hear about this person, then you have found your group. And if this energy sounds a lot like you, it's very likely that the person who's thinking about you is energetically very similar to you. And in some cases, if it resonates, it could be that you from the future or you from the past is thinking about you in this current moment. So let's see who's thinking about my group number 4s. Okay, I'm having deja vu because in my mind's eye, I'm seeing an elephant. And this happened to me in a reading very recently. So let me know if you saw that one. Interesting. We have the Knight of Wands. we have the Star. And we have the Seven of Swords. Okay, so the vibe that I'm getting from your dynamic with this person is that you look up to them. You may have hopes and dreams related to them. However, it seems like you maybe don't know each other very well yet, at least from a 3D perspective. The Seven of Swords here is giving me this feeling. Actually, I can interpret this in a couple of different ways. It could be that you haven't known this person for a long time yet, but you really like them. And sometimes you may kind of project dreams and ideals onto them and like fantasies, just because you haven't had enough time to really get to know them. It could be that a lot of your relationship and interactions so far have been online or from a distance. It could be possible that you haven't even met in person yet, or you've had very limited interactions in person, which is important to like feel someone's vibe and feel what type of person they are. So that's another way I could interpret this. Also, it could be that you or them, there's just still a lot that you haven't revealed. Like you haven't laid all of your cards out on the table, so to speak. The Seven of Swords, when it comes out in a relationship reading, it can talk about deception. I don't really get the sense that that's what's going on here, but it feels more like there's still a lot that we don't know about the full picture. There's still a lot that I don't know about this person, or there's still a lot that they don't know about me. And, but I feel like there's some kind of idealism or fantasies or dreams that are being placed onto this connection. In terms of their personality, with the Knight of Wands and the Star, I feel like at heart, this person is a dreamer and they have a boldness to them. So they have big dreams and they're not afraid to go after them. I would say that this is someone who inspires many people, and they have this quality about them that they lift up the spirits of others around them. They have a very warm aura. The colors red and yellow are really standing out to me in these cards. I would throw orange in there as well. Just like warm hues and tones. I feel like they have that in their aura. And you can literally feel the warmth emanating from them when you are standing near them or when you are channeling their energy. I feel like you have channeled this person's energy before and it gives you a very positive feeling. But like we need more time or more experiences together in person to really get the full picture of what your dynamic would be like. I do feel positive vibes and expectations around this connection though, and I feel like that is mutual. With the car and the plane here, you could be at a physical distance from this person, or maybe you met them when you were traveling, when you were on a trip, or your meeting this person could have coincided with a move or relocation, like you moved to where they live or they moved to where you live kind of thing. And there is a mutual attraction and a mutual curiosity, but I feel like a distance here. I want to know you more, but I can't, or like I haven't had the chance to know you yet. it still feels kind of vague, and we'll probably get into it as we go through the rest of the cards. Aquarius energy is coming through pretty strongly because 2 out of the 3 cards are related to the sign of Aquarius. I would also say Sag and Leo could be significant. But I think that like talking to this person or being in their presence or feeling their energy, it makes you feel alive, and it makes you feel kind of like life is magical, and it makes you feel hopeful for the future. So their energy does have a really nice impact on you, and it makes you dream, it makes you inspired. This is the vibe that I'm getting. I definitely feel like we need to ground this more. But if this sounds like someone you know and someone you want to hear about, then you have found your group. And now we're gonna get into the deep dive about their thoughts of you. So we are gonna see how this person sees you. Is there a specific reason they're thinking about you right now? What started it? When did they start thinking about you? Or are they just kind of thinking about you all the time? Of course, we're gonna see the nature of their thoughts, what exactly it is that they are thinking about you right now. And we're gonna see whether these thoughts will lead to communication, or will they lead to them taking some kind of action towards you? And if so, what is that? We'll finish off the reading with some advice from your spirit guides. And the way it's kind of been going is your guides will give you advice about the connection, but they may also throw in just some general life advice while they're here. So I will leave that up to them, but that's how this part of the reading is gonna go. And then we also have an extended where we're gonna see what this person loves, admires, appreciates the most about you. We are gonna see an assumption or a misconception that they have about you, what they think you think of them, and how they would react if they knew your true thoughts and feelings about them. And then finally, we are going to see your highest future timeline with this person, and we're gonna get some advice for how you could align with that timeline. So without further ado, let's get into it. We are gonna pull some cards from the tarot deck that you guys chose, which is the Jupiter Power Tarot. For some of you, this person could have a bit of an online presence or be kind of in the public eye in some way. I'm also picking up that this person is tired. Like sleepy. Okay, so it's more of a physical fatigue than like, you know, I'm tired of my life, or, you know, it's not really like a psychological fatigue. It's more of like, I am not getting enough sleep, or like I'm working really long hours. Like I see someone rubbing their eyes and maybe they have little like kind of dark circles under their eyes. They're sleepy. How does this person see you? I just saw 1133. That's interesting. Group 2 was getting a lot of repeating 1s and 3s as well. I don't know if anyone here also felt drawn to group 2, but if you were drawn to group 2, and especially if you've been seeing repeating 1s and or repeating 3s, I would maybe check out group 2 as well. We have the sun. Oh my gosh, yeah. I totally already said this, that this card represents how they see you, but then I forgot. And so I was just casually like, we have the sun. And then I was like, wait, that's so sweet that they see you as the sun. Okay. Is there a specific reason that they are thinking about you right now? We have the Page of Pentacles. What is it exactly that they are thinking about you? We have the Nine of Wands. And will these thoughts lead to communication from them or action from them? We have the Three of Cups. So I'm also going to clarify these with oracle cards. To clarify the Sun, we have 3. To clarify the Page of Pentacles, we have 29. To clarify the Nine of Wands, we have flexible with the number 19. And to clarify the Three of Cups, we have 30. Well, we have creativity is actually the keyword of this card, like creative power, and the number 30. And the phrase says, you are the creator of your own world. Okay, so how they see you is the Sun and 3. Like I mentioned before, I feel like it's so sweet that this person sees you as the sun. Like, it could literally be that you are their sunshine, or they see you as someone with a sunny disposition. They're seeing you as someone who lights up the room, which is interesting because I feel like that's how a lot of people see your person. Maybe you both have this quality about you. They see you as someone who is very creative as well. The Sun card and definitely the number 3 make me think of creativity. They see you as someone who is talented, who has original ideas, who has a lot of potential in your ideas. And they would like to see more of your ideas come to life. There's just this recurring feeling of wanting to know you better. I don't know what this is, but it's a feeling of like, I want more time. I want more time, or I want to get to know you on a deeper level. And maybe something is in the way of that. But they just know that if they could get closer to you, they would really like you and they would really vibe with you. You bring a lightness to their life. It's like a light and fun and playful energy. And, you know, we spoke about them being tired and fatigued, and I feel like you are the perfect, like, healing balm for them when they are feeling tired, when they are feeling uninspired. You just immediately lift their spirits. I'm also thinking of the sun is the thing that all the planets revolve around. So this could be a sign that you are at the center of their thoughts right now, or they are checking on your energy quite frequently, or there's just a lot of stuff that is reminding them of you. I'm hearing that you're impossible to ignore, much like the sun. It is like the brightest thing in our world, And if you go outside, there it is. It's big, it's bright, it's shiny. I feel like that's how they see you. It is impossible to ignore your shine. This person's even wearing sunglasses. Because, ooh, I just saw 1818. And I forgot that I saw 1818 before filming this reading, and I even wrote it down to tell you, and I forgot. So 1818 could be a significant number, and also this person might have like written a draft of something to send to you, and they just haven't sent it yet. Because I wrote down 1818 to say to you, but I didn't say it. They might be holding on to something that they want to say. Maybe they have something in their notes app. They have something in their drafts, or they have something in their heart. They haven't said it yet. What is this feeling of not being able to get closer? If this reading is resonating with you so far, feel free to let me know what your experience has been. I just saw this image of, you know, when you go to an aquarium or even a museum, you're looking at exhibits or looking at the sea creatures through the glass wall. I saw that, but it's like both of you on either side of the glass. And you're both simultaneously the observer and the exhibit to be observed. This is such a strange message. Like, it's not clear, like, oh, this side of the glass is where the spectators look, and this side of the glass is the thing to be looked at. It's like both of you are both, and you're just like looking at each other through the glass and wishing that the glass wasn't there. And this is making me sad, like, because the glass is transparent. You can see each other, but you can't like reach out and touch each other, or like literally or metaphorically in the way that you want to. But they definitely see you and know you and recognize your energy and recognize your shine. It's like, if you look at the sky, you recognize the sun in a second. If someone asks you, which star up there is the sun? You're like, oh, it's that one. Very easy. There's something about them being able to recognize your energy in an instant, being able to pick you out from a crowd. It's actually very much giving Six of Cups, because I often feel the Six of Cups energy as like this immediate familiarity. I could find you in 2 seconds. Like if you were Waldo, it's not even a game, because I'll just see you in 0.04 seconds and be like, there's Waldo. You just, you're very familiar with each other's energy. So this is probably not your first time around from a soul perspective, but there's a frustration there because on a human level, you haven't had a chance to build that same closeness, but you sense that you want to, and you sense that you're meant to. Okay, let's move on. Is there a specific reason that this person is thinking about you recently, or when did it start? We have the number 29. This is a very specific number, but it's around a month. So like if you think of 29 days, I would say that they've been thinking about you for at least a month. For some of you, it could be longer. The 29th could be a significant date for some of you. Like if you had an interaction with this person on the 29th, or if you had an interaction with them at the end of a month, it's possible that they've been thinking of you since then. But with the Page of Pentacles here, I do feel like there is something tangible that has made them think of you. So It's not just like, oh, they received a download, oh, they had a dream. It's something in their physical world that made them think of you. Maybe someone maybe mentioned you around them, or they saw something of yours, or saw something that reminded them of you, or they received something from you, or received something that was reminiscent of you. I'm literally seeing an object for some of you. Like, they have a thing that reminds them of you. Or maybe they saw something you posted, or they saw something you made, or again, like someone mentioned you. But it's something that happened in their waking 3D life rather than just like a random thought popping in, if that makes sense. They could be thinking about, because the Page of Pentacles talks about like new beginnings in career and studies, or working on a new goal, working on a new project. If they've started something new recently that could have made them think about you, like maybe you inspired them to start something new. And so when they start it, they think of you naturally. Or maybe you have started something new recently and they're thinking about that. But I'm getting the sense with the Page of Pentacles, especially the way it's illustrated in this deck, that these thoughts are only going to grow. So they're thinking about you a little bit right now, but as time goes by, they're going to be thinking of you more and more, and your presence is going to become bigger and bigger in their life. If I would bet that they are going to be getting signs about you and stuff like that as well from their spiritual team, because it's kind of time for you to come together. Oh, literally this card says time for change. Time for change, fulfilling, joyful, listen to your heart, confident, trust in yourself. I also feel like when they listen to their heart, there you are. You are in their heart. And I'm looking at this Nine of Wands as well. The way these, what would you call these? Tendrils, fibers are extending off of this being. I do think that they feel connected to you in a way that goes beyond the physical realm. I'm having a hard time explaining it because I feel like they would have a hard time explaining it. But it's like, I'm gonna talk in first person for a second, but I'm speaking as your person. It's like I feel, okay, getting emotional. It's like I feel parts of my being reaching out to you. I'm not like physically reaching out with my hands, but there's a part of my being that is extending towards you, that is reaching for you. And I sound crazy, but like somehow I feel like I am reaching you. Not in a visible way, not in a quantifiable way, but in some non-physical, energetic way. I feel like when I extend myself towards you, it does reach you. I think maybe they're thinking of telepathy, perhaps. if I were to explain it in like spiritual lingo, or like connecting with you on a soul level. But that was kind of cool to like sit in their energy and struggle to find the words. But I think that's what they mean. Like they're telepathically communicating with you, or they're feeling your energy body, even when your physical body is a bit far away. because this being is definitely not a person, but it looks human-like. Maybe this is representing like your energy bodies, your astral bodies interacting with each other, and they're sensing that, but they just can't really explain what's going on, and they can't explain why they think you recognize that. You know, like I'm having this weird phenomenon where I'm like extending my energy towards you, but somehow I feel like you're receiving it. Like we have, it's like a two-way, again, like it's going both ways. You're observing each other through the glass. And I'm simultaneously feeling distance, but also like a really intimate proximity between the two of you. It's beautiful, but it's a bit trippy. And in terms of, well, this is what they're thinking of you. In terms of the nature of their thoughts, they are going to hold on to their thoughts of you. They don't want to stop thinking about you, and they don't want to stop wondering, and they will work with life. They will work with the universe. Like, if I interpret these cards very literally, the Nine of Wands is I'm holding on, I'm not giving up, and flexible, it's like I'm flexible. Because that's what you do when you meet the sun. You don't let go of the sun. You don't forget about the sun. You don't ignore the sun. That's impossible. You feel the sun's warmth and you move towards the sun. I wonder, because I'm thinking about like flying too close to the sun, because you are bright and beautiful and warm and hot, and maybe part of them is afraid, like, what will happen if they get too close to you? Like, will they get burned? Will they get blinded? Because if they know that if they get closer to you, they will fall deeper, and like you will be all they see. And what happens if they get too close? When I say they're getting blinded by you, I think it's this feeling of like, I can't see anything but you. I'll drown. Maybe there's a part of them that's like afraid of how intense it would be to get really, really close to you. You know, maybe the sun is best from a distance. But it's not like they can ignore you or ignore the pull or move away from you. And I think even if they can't really put into language what they feel in this connection with you, I think they're curious about exploring it. And they're open to, they feel like life has a plan and they're open to whatever that is. That's the vibe that I'm getting. Now, finally, will these thoughts lead to communication or action towards you? I want to say yes, but indirectly. I feel like at this point, it may be unlikely that you will receive communication directly from this person, but I could interpret that in a different way. Because when that message first came to me, I thought it meant like they won't reach out to you directly, but it could be that the nature of what they're saying is kind of vague or indirect, even if you are hearing directly from this person. Like, they could reach out to you in a way that's kind of beating around the bush, or reaching out in a kind of indirect way, maybe reaching out to you through like a third party. I don't know if you have mutual people in your life. I feel like you do. But just an example to illustrate this energy would be like if a mutual person is having a party, rather than reaching out to you directly and saying, hey, do you want to go to this party together? They would just start mentioning you around the party host and being like, yeah, group 4 is pretty cool. Like, I've been thinking about group 4 lately, and kind of waiting for the host to say, oh, should we invite them? Oh yeah, sure. Like, yeah, let's do that. So, you know, kind of going about it in an indirect way, but there's that feeling again that like someone is mentioning you around them. Someone's bringing you up, or they're bringing you up around someone else. There's a little bit of talk about you. And it's neutral. They're just like acknowledging you, acknowledging something you've done, bringing up. It's like neutral or leaning towards positive. Yeah. So the desire is there, but they either can't or like don't want to go about it in a direct way. I did feel with that glass analogy, looking at each other through the glass, a little bit of that glass was their own apprehension, and maybe there is some apprehension on your end as well. But then we have this card, creative power. You are the creator of your own world. So you can come towards each other if you want to, if you manifest as such. And I do feel like this act of you coming together is really the two of you manifesting each other through your focus, through your willingness to dream and stay curious and to ride the waves, because I do think that there are waves in this connection. There are ups and downs, there are intense moments and calm moments, and you just ride all the waves. And you've made it clear to the universe that you are interested and you're not going anywhere. I'm seeing, like, you know, when you're scrolling on an app, there's an option to tell the algorithm that you're not interested. I just saw you and your person being like, I'm interested, more of this. Like, you're telling the universe, I'm invested in this connection, I want more of it. Like, you are manifesting each other. And as long as you continue this way, like, you're gonna manifest each other. So I would say I do feel your guides encouraging you to make a move towards them, but if you already have, if you're like, Kino, I already made a move towards them, it's their turn now, then you can wait for them to respond. But if you haven't initiated anything at all, this may be your sign to do so, because them reaching out will likely be some kind of response to something you do or something you send. Yeah, okay, so let's look at the bottom of the deck. Oh my gosh, sorry, these cards were so, like, they were going diagonal. Okay, they're straight now. Okay. Bottom of the deck energy for advice from your guides is the Two of Cups. They're really wanting to emphasize that this connection is a two-way street, that most, if not all of the things you're feeling are mutual. And even you right now, those of you who are saying, yeah, right, that is also mutual. They are saying that too. So, you know, there could be with the star here, a mutual feeling that you are out of each other's league, or that it's somehow going to be difficult to approach each other. And I think that that could be a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you're saying like, no, this person is unapproachable, this person is inaccessible, like there's so many barriers. Like if you say that, that will make it true. Your mind will reinforce that. I think with this message of you are the creator of your own world, I'm not gonna sit here and say like everything you think is gonna manifest, but it's just about being mindful that your perception, your thoughts really do shape your perception, and they can shape how you interpret things that happen. You may not control everything that happens in your life, but you are the one who creates the narrative. You are the one who assigns the meaning. And what meaning you do or don't assign to things has a lot of power, and a lot of times we have more power than we give ourselves credit for. And I think your guides are inviting you to view like this narrative of this connection is out of reach, this connection is not accessible, this connection is not approachable, blah blah blah. Like they're inviting you to view that as just a narrative, like it's just a story. You don't have to believe that. It's not maybe it's not an objective reality, or it's a bit less objective than you think. Your subjective mind could be exaggerating. So I'm not going to say the barriers aren't there, but maybe that your subjective mind is exaggerating them, telling a bit too much of a story with them, when actually it's completely within your power to reject that narrative and change it. And I would say that goes for anything you want, any opportunity that you want. You are... Oh, I just heard you're like a solar system with two suns. Like you are both the suns. And the planets are revolving around you. You've got your own little system. Oh my gosh. There's this song called, I don't know if My Own System is the artist or the song. It's just a song I randomly found on YouTube. And I really like it, but the lyrics are like, when will I see you again? I hold you in my dreams. You are the reason I believe. I don't know, I feel like that fits. I feel like that fits for you guys. Anyway, group 4, I think I'm going to leave it there. Yeah, so we're gonna go into the extended now, and we're gonna see what this person loves, admires, appreciates the most about you, an assumption or a misconception that they have about you, what they think you think of them, and how they would react to knowing your true thoughts and feelings towards them. And then finally, we're gonna see what the future... Oh. I meant to say what the highest future timeline looks like between you, meaning like one of many possible timelines. But I said, nope, it's just the future. Like, it's just the future that's gonna happen. So I guess that's a little spoiler for you, that you will be on the highest future timeline with your person. But we're gonna see what that looks like and get some advice from your spirit guides to align with it. So if that sounds good to you and you'd like to join me in the extended, that's going to be linked down below in the description as well as the pinned comment. It will be available on a few different platforms, so you can choose whichever one works best for you. And there's the option of just the one-time purchase of this reading, or the membership, which gets you all the extendeds every month. If you are considering a membership option, I just ask that you read the description of the different membership levels so you know exactly what you're getting. But I'm very grateful to everyone who considers that option, and I'm very grateful to you for being here. So if you're gonna leave the reading here, thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you like to find me elsewhere, I'm gonna have linked down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my memberships. Like I just mentioned, you can watch the extendeds that go up every month, and there's also a membership level for exclusive full-length pick a card readings. And my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video. That is an original song. I'll also have my latest release linked down below. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, your higher self, your person, their higher self, your spirit guides, your spiritual teams, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.